All right. It's Jared here from Crypto Plan. How's everyone going? It's time to get dirty and hard and just get real about Hathor Networks. I haven't done the Hathor Networks chart for a while, so I've cleared everything. I've cleared all the indicators, and I am going to get real about where this thing can go because I think it's about to pop to the upside. I think it is done enough of an accumulation, enough of a retracement, enough of a pullback, enough of a depression that it's time for it to fire to the upside. It's time for it to give us a couple of big weeks in crypto. I like a lot of other things, but I think Hathor in particular. And we're just going to use all the indicators, use all the tricks in the bag just to figure out why Hathor Networks is going to fly. But before we do, please like the video. That's all I'm going to say. You can do the rest. Subscribe if you want. Do all that other stuff. I don't mind. Anyway, let's get straight into it. So, for those that are old guys and girls to the channel, you know that I got in on this one pretty early, and some of you may have also. I was lucky enough to see it come up on an exchange that I use as a new coin, and it was actually a new coin. It wasn't just they were getting a new coin, it was a new coin. So I was buying these dips here, and a cost base of around 20, and so I'm sitting all right. So I want to say that because I've had some comments lately of like, oh, this guy's shilling coins because he bought high. It's like, I haven't. I top up high. I'm willing to add to my position because I'm bullish on them long term. But my thesis here, my bull thesis, is always buy low, sell high, right? I'm not trying to sell you coins that I think are going to go down, or I want them to go up so I can get out of my positions that are underwater. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really have many trades underwater. I have a couple of trades underwater, and I don't sit on them and regret them. I just keep updating you on them. Orc ID, band, protocol. They've been in massive 9-month corrections or cup and handles or whatever you want to call it. So whatever, we can leave this one to the side. Anyway, let's talk about Hathor. I am so bullish on Hathor. On Twitter, on YouTube, they're always showing what the developers are doing. They're always kind of like letting you know that the roadmap is rolling out, like Chrome extensions are happening, more listings on exchanges. There's so much happening. They're advertising for community members. They're advertising for full-time technical writers. I applied for a job the other day. So Hathor Networks are busy. They're busy crypto guys, so Hathor Networks. And the thing is, it's like, what they say on the charts, like after volume comes price action, right? Well, after hard work in the background comes price action as well, and I think if you were to look back at, say, One Harmony, for example, and they would have been flat for a long time, but I'm sure there was a lot of chat behind the scenes about, what they were doing, their roadmap, their ideas. There's a lot of early adopters and things going on, and, kind of bullish news in the crypto space, but not bullish on the charts. And then all of a sudden it flies off, right? Because that, these little fires are being started behind the scenes, right? And that's what I see right now with Hathor Networks. What am I looking at? Like a big pump up. So we got to this kind of dollar level very, very quickly, and volume has stayed solid, so there's a lot of trading going on this token, on this pair of Tether and Hathor on KuCoin here. And I know there's a lot of other pairs now, but and then there's volume spikes. There's a lot of days where a lot of volume's coming in. So that says to me that it's bullish in the sense that it's active bullish, right? So let's just do the basic, I'll do the basic analysis. So what have we got? Like we're going to have to draw it on, so we've got a bull flag there. So this kind of downward grinding in pattern, a triangle pattern, it breaks out of that, right? And then same again, we've got another one of these things and it breaks out of that again, but then it's doing this similar thing to what One Harmony did. What Bitcoin's doing is like, attempts at a top, but then kind of fading off, So it's kind of like an accumulative correction, a bullish accumulative correction, It's like the crypto half-time move, right? So, and what have we done? This is the theme that I'm watching, And sorry, I'm gonna have to draw this line in first. So I'm gonna draw this all-time high line in from there, and then we're going to do this, right? So we hit an all-time high, we come around, and then we essentially do an S pattern, so like a snake pattern, like a sine wave, right? But the thing is, this one's done, another tap and a tap lower. So slightly bearish on the top, like as in it's not just closing the gap, it's closing the gap and some. But the thing is, so are a lot of things at the moment, and I don't think that's anything to worry about. What I think is that this is more of a divergent signal. And by divergence, I mean like while price action is going down, the indicators are pointing up, which tells me that there's going to be a follow-on effect in the price action. So let's go down to our indicators. So I'm just kind of laying the story out here. Let's go down to our indicators. So down here, we have an RSI, and we're on the 4-hourly chart. So the bottom of the RSI was made here on the 13th of May, but that's not the bottom in price action, right? So bottom's here, and we've got an uptrend in the RSI, right? Same with the stochastic RSI, clear uptrend, right? So this is sometimes an indicator that price action will follow. So the indicators are saying an upturn and movement to the upside or a reversal, while, the price action, if we look at it, it's going down, 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 down in a channel, right? So is that the leading, these are usually lagging indicators, but sometimes they become a leading indicator. Every now and again they become a divergence or a leading indicator, saying that this is the last time this thing's going to dip to the bottom and the next move is going to be to the upside, right? So if it is going to do something crazy bullish, it does need to break this 142 and close above it, break 158 and close above it, So it's been testing it a while. It hasn't been able to break through like 180, but these are the key levels that it needs to bust through. So it really needs to kind of V correct on this and just kind of fire to the upside, right? And I think it can do it. I think it is the right timing. With the whole market having gone sideways for a while, and things like One Harmony right now are just kind of starting to reverse and break out, and peer coins had a great kind of little run recently, and there's the odd thing that has been in a correction that's popped out, like XLM did it a few days ago, and so there is things that are showing that once they've done their corrections, big moves happen. So I think Hathor is due its turn. So the big question you're all asking is, where is it going to go, right? So I am just going to do all my methods of checking where that price is going. So let's talk about this move here. And, if we'll be conservative there. And if it went from the bottom, so I'm actually going to get rid of these indicators now for you, so we can actually see the chart a little bit better, right? So my first kind of target there is around 460, right? I think actually, if I do that again, yeah, maybe just a little bit higher there, kind of around 480. So that's kind of my first price target, and conservative. See, I've used this little pump up there at a correction, so I could kind of do it from there and say that comes out there, but I'm just saying that this accumulation has come around. It's essentially come back to that same point. So if it was to repeat that again, the same kind of angle, same move, that's our 480. Next one we're going to do is our good old-fashioned Fibonacci retracement, right? So if we go somewhere up there and then kind of, now that we hopefully definitely got a bottom, wow, that gives us a fairly consistent level. So I'm going to leave that one line there. There's no point putting two lines around 480, 490, right? So that's our clear cut target there. So it's kind of 3x move, you know, and I think that's a good positive sign, you know, and I'm talking about like doing that again quickly like it happened here, you know, on the 10th of Feb to the 20th of Feb, so like 10-day move, you know. I'm not talking about it'll get there, you know, this is the end of its bull run. This is just like a move out of this pattern, and then hopefully once alt season kicks in, it just flies to the upside with everything else. Finally, I'm just gonna kind of do the entire move, you know, so from bottom to the top here and then the pullback, and just see where it gets us. So that's telling us something slightly more bullish, slightly more aggressive in the $7 range, right? So we've got a zone somewhere where we're looking for, you know, it's something to look forward to in Hathor Networks. Now, there is definitely in the back of my mind, you know, especially when people start talking like fundamentals and, you know, if, when, what, you know, if it replaces or does the same market cap as other projects that are in the similar space, you know, there is chat in Hathor about a $50 Hathor. Now, I'm not going to really go on record to say that I agree with that, but do you know what? I wouldn't mind if it happened. So, you know, there is a possibility, you know, when you think about, you know, things like the runs that Theta's had, and, you know, there are even Theta Fuel and, you know, all sorts of cryptos out there that because of the fundamental reality of what they're doing, as in Hathor Networks is practically providing the first or one of the very first user-friendly cryptocurrencies that anybody can now create their own tokens, you know. So the use case for businesses to convert, you know, whatever they want into a cryptocurrency network through using Hathor is mind-blowing for me. And if you don't quite understand it, you know, do your own research. But history will only tell this story when you look backwards and see what these crew are doing. The charts will tell you the whole story in hindsight as well, because $1 is going to be very insignificant in the price history of Hathor Networks. That's all I know. You know, at the moment, I can only project forwards to $5 to $8, let's say. But that's just the next measured move, you know. Like, as far as where it will go long term, the sky is the limit in some respects, you know. Like, but, you know, look, $20, $30, who knows, you know, like somewhere, it's going to be somewhere above that $7 mark anyway. I will let history tell that story. I won't kind of hype you into anything more, but, you know, for me, an honest buyer, holder, trader, you know, I think right now this price, this 89-cent price, is a buy zone for Hathor Networks. You know, if, you know, I don't think it's going to dip any further. You know, I don't see it crashing any further. I think we're very lucky to have seen any dips that we have had recently. You know, I think it's a very lucky scenario that this thing has dipped and it's kind of taking a little bit longer to bottom, and those indicators are telling us that that reversal is happening very, very shortly. So for me, it's a buy, and definitely a hold till the end of the season. You know, which, if you've been watching my other videos, there's a good crypto, half of a crypto game to go, half of the season to go. And yeah, we could see some exciting stuff in the next 6 months. So hold on tight, and I'll catch you on the next one. So please like, subscribe, and all that stuff. I've been Jared. This has been Crypto Plan, and bring on the Hathor Networks. Big moves to come. Bye now.